Hello everyone. Hope you all are good and I hope that you have been making good efforts to study these video lectures every day. We are doing chapter 1 from part 2, that is accounting for share capital. Yes, in the previous lecture we have understood illustration 11 and on basis of same I have given you a sum from exercise. Yes, so I hope that you have understood illustration 11, you have studied it carefully, you might have written it in your fair book and also you have done the homework given to you in the previous lecture. Yes, we have solved illustration 9 and illustration 10, which includes a new concept of forfeiture and reissue of shares. And as I said, thereafter there will be long sums, the combination of all the illustrations completed till 10. So 11th illustration and the sum given to you in exercise as a part of homework was an example of that. Yes, and now in today's lecture we are going to do illustration 12, which is given on page number 36 in your textbook. Part 2, Chapter 1, Accounting for Share Capital. Yes, we'll be going extremely slow so that you can understand it well. But make sure you are having your textbook with you while you study this lecture. Otherwise, even the proper images are presented on the screen. Yes? So let us quickly begin. Okay, here the question is given on your screen, which is illustration 12. It is on page number 36 in your textbook. And let me clarify, while watching this lecture, in case if you come across any of the disturbance in the background, I mean the background noise, other than the ongoing lecture, then you should please ignore the same. Your 100% concentration and your focus should be to what I am teaching and to what I am speaking. Yes, you are not at all supposed to make fun of anything, that this type of noise is appearing, these, that, anything. Yes, you very well know the situation. Yeah, so better that you only pay attention to what is being taught. All right, then let us begin. Illustration 12. I'm reading the question. Dhyani Ceramic Limited issued 3 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 150 per share. Understand, the share is of rupees 10. You can even write down the points to make it easy. Like the share is of rupees 10 plus 150, which is premium, equals to rupees 160, that is the issue price of the share. How many shares have been issued? 3 lakh. Amount called up per share was as under. Okay. On application, rupees 74, including rupees 70 for premium. Understand? The share is of rupees 10. Premium is rupees 150. On application, rupees 74. This simply means 4 plus 70. So 70 from this, 4 from this. You can write it down in your book or even in your textbook. So this is 4 plus 70. On allotment, rupees 44. 4 plus 40. 40 from this, 4 from this. Finally, on final call, rupees 42, including 40 for premium. So this is 2 plus 40. 2 from this, 40 from this. Okay? So 10 rupees is called 4 with application, 4 with allotment, 2 with final call. Talking about premium, 70 with application, 40 with allotment, remaining 40 with final call. Hope this is clear. Okay, let us read ahead. Company received application for 3 lakh shares. All amounts due were received except final call on 2000 shares held by Vishal. Company has issued 3 lakh equity shares. Applications also received are for 3 lakh shares. The case of full subscription. Yes, not over subscription, not even under subscription. This is the case of full subscription. All amounts due were received except final call on 2000 shares. There is a shareholder named Vishal. He is having 2000 shares and he failed to pay final call. Company forfeited Vishal's shares after carrying out necessary formalities and reissued those shares to Avni as fully paid up at rupees 80 per share. Pass necessary journal entries for above transaction in the books of company and also prepare securities premium account. So the sum is extremely simple. Let me just quickly present the entire scene in front of you of illustration 12. The company has issued 3 lakh equity shares at premium. Face value of share is rupees 10. Premium is 150. So the issue price is rupees 160. The amount is called up as under. 4 plus 70, 4 plus 40, 2 plus 40. Company has received applications of 3 lakh. Okay. No oversubscription, no undersubscription. Due were received. Okay. Mr. Vishal having 2000 shares did not pay final call. Company has forfeited his shares and the shares have been reissued at rupees 80 per share. Yes. What is the price of share? 10. No, you cannot say it is of 160 rupees. No. What is the face value? 10. Whenever the shares are reissued, the new price, the price of reissue is always compared with face value, not with the issue price. You cannot compare it with 160 rupees. No, you have to compare it with 10 rupees. So a share of rupees 10 is reissued at 80 per share. So this is the reissue of shares at premium. 10 rupees is the face value and 70 rupees is the amount of premium. I'm talking about 80 rupees. A share of rupees 10 for 80. So from 80 rupees, 10 rupees is for share. Extra 70 rupees is for premium. This is the reissue of shares at premium. Okay. So we are supposed to write down journal entries and we are supposed to prepare securities premium account. Alright. So the very first thing to be done is the preparation of format. Yes. And the heading journal entries in the books of Dhyani Ceramic Limited. Yes. We'll prepare a format of journal first of all because we are supposed to write down the journal entries. And as you know well, the heading is to be written here, journal entries in the books of Dhyani Ceramic Limited. Date, particulars, LF, debit, credit. First journal entry, of course, which is never new, when application money is received. Bank account debit to equity share application account. With application, the amount of premium is also received. So we are going to consider 74 rupees and not 4 or not only 70, but total 74 rupees. So bank account debit to equity share application account, being receipt of share application money on 3 lakh equity shares at rupees 74 per share. Yes? Yeah. So pay attention. Now if we are talking about the amount. Yes, 74 is given in the question. With application 74 rupees have been called up. It is clearly mentioned in the question. So 3 lakh into 74. Overall amount received with application is 2 crore 22 lakh. Yes. Let us consider the second journal entry now, which is for the transfer of application money to share capital account. But here you have to separately mention about securities premium. Yes, the amount of premium received is credited to securities premium account. Rupees 2 crore 22 lakh received at the time of application consists of 12 lakh for application. How? 3 lakh into 4. Here 3 lakh into 4, 12 lakh. 4 rupees is of application, 70 rupees is of premium. So here 3 lakh into 70, which is 2 crore 10 lakh rupees. So the journal entry is equity share application account debit 2 crore 22 lakh. This is the amount received with application. Now from this 12 lakh is of share capital and 2 crore 10 lakh is of premium. Yes, premium of 70 rupees on 3 lakh shares. Alright? Fine then. We are done with the with the stage of application. So the next step is of allotment. Yes, when allotment money becomes due, now the company will call up the amount of allotment. So this includes 4 plus 40, 4 rupees of allotment and 40 rupees of premium. So 4 rupees of allotment becomes due and 40 rupees premium becomes due. The journal entry for which is given here. Understand. Equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital account. See, share allotment account becomes due. The allotment money becomes due on 3 lakh equity shares at rupees 44, of which 4 is of share capital and remaining 40 is of premium. So overall 1 lakh 32 rupees becomes due for allotment. Yes, you know very well what is the journal entry for when allotment money becomes due. The only difference here is that the amount of premium also becomes due with allotment. I think we have done illustration about issue of shares at premium, so that this topic is included in that illustration. Yes? Fine then, and hence the amount of premium is separately credited here. This is 4 rupees, this is 40 rupees, both on 3 lakh equity shares for allotment. Yes, so once the allotment money becomes due, the next journal entry is about receipt of allotment money. So here is the journal entry for that, which says bank account debit to equity share allotment account 1,32,000. This is the simple journal entry that we have understood, isn't it? So, and yeah, there is no calls in arrears at this stage even. You see, this is the combination of every topic learned till today. We have simply understood the meaning of share, then the procedure for its issue, then we have solved a simple sum, and then we have learned about call in arrears. Further, we have understood about issue of shares at premium, then forfeiture and reissue. So till now the sum was simple, and now in the next step of final call, there is the concept of call in arrears. Yeah? Fine. So yes, journal entry number 5. Once we are done with allotment, the next step is of final call. final call money becomes due. So simple, the journal entry along with final call, the amount of premium also becomes due. Equity share final call account debit to equity share capital account to securities premium account. 2 rupees of share capital with final call, 40 rupees of premium with final call again. So the journal entry for when final call becomes due, equity shares final call account debit to equity share capital account. Here 3 lakh into 2. I repeat, 3 lakh into 2, 6 lakh. Next, to securities premium account, the amount of premium that becomes due. So to securities premium account, 3 lakh into 40. Yes? So which is 1 crore 20 lakh. Equity share final call account debit 1 crore 26 lakh rupees. If I'm not mistaken, yes, if I'm not mistaken, I said 1 crore 26 lakh even previously. Yeah? So, okay. So we are done with the journal entry of when final call money becomes due. Equity shares final call account debit 1 crore 26 lakh to equity share capital account 6 lakh to securities premium account 1 crore 20 lakh. All right. Okay. The next journal entry, of course, is about the receipt of final call. Okay. And in the question, it is clearly mentioned that there is a shareholder, Mr. Vishal, having 2000 shares, failed to pay the final call money. Yes. So the journal entry for receipt of final call is only for 2,98,000 shares and not 3 lakh shares. You might be thinking, ma'am, they have not debited calls in arrears account. So that's okay. And if you want to debit it, then also it is okay. Yeah. We have learned two methods. Firstly, it is with by opening calls in arrears account, and another is without opening calls in arrears account. Yes. So here they have not mentioned about calls in arrears, but they have calculated. If you want to debit it separately, if you want to show it separately, that's completely fine. Yeah. Now, as per the question, they say Mr. Vishal, who is having 2000 equity shares, he did not pay final call. So, out of 3 lakh equity shares, 2000 equity shares of Vishal are excluded and remaining 2,98,000 shares have been considered here, and on which the amount of final call is received. Yeah, so 2,98,000 into 42 gives you 1 crore 25 lakh 16,000 rupees. Yes, and just because Mr. Vishal did not pay final call, his shares have been forfeited by the company. And our next journal entry is for the same. So journal entry number 7 says, is about forfeiture of shares of Mr. Vishal because he did not pay money due on final call, which is 42 rupees, 2 rupees of final call and 40 rupees of premium. So, whenever the forfeiture of shares is taking place and if the shareholder has not paid a call which included the amount of premium, then in the journal entry of forfeiture, the amount of premium is to be debited. And if the amount of premium was received, then the premium is not to be mentioned anywhere in the journal entry of forfeiture. So talking about the journal entry of forfeiture, journal entry number 7. Firstly, equity share capital account is to be debited. Yes, please, I request you ignore the noise appearing in background in case if any. Yes, So firstly, equity share capital account is to be debited. So the number of shares forfeited and amount called up. Equity share capital account debit. 2000 shares of Mr. Vishal are forfeited. Into 10 is amount called up, face value of share. You might be thinking, ma'am, it was a share of rupees 160. No, but premium is always to be separately treated. Even at the time of reissue, you have to compare it with face value, 10 rupees. Yes? So here it is 10 plus 150. Yeah? Or 160, whatever the amount of premium is. So equity share capital account debit 2000 into 10, 20,000. Here on final call, the premium of 40 rupees is not received. The remaining premium is received and hence we are not going to consider that. I have always said whenever the amount of premium is received completely, yes, it is not to be considered at the time of forfeiture. Yeah, and here the amount of premium is received with application and allotment, but it is not received with final call and hence it is to be separately debited. On 2000 shares, rupees 40 of premium is not received. So securities premium account debit 2000 into 40. When premium becomes due, when premium is received, it is credited, and when premium is not received, it is to be debited. Alright? Okay. So further you know well, to share forfeiture account, what do we write here? The amount that is received from the shareholder by company. The amount that is paid by the shareholder. On 2000 shares, he has paid 8 rupees, 4 of application, 4 of allotment. And the premium also is paid and hence it is not to be mentioned at the time of forfeiture. Whichever premium is received, you don't have to do anything about it ahead. If the premium is not received, just like 40 rupees is not received on final call, then it is to be mentioned here. Further, why these shares have been forfeited actually? Because the amount is not received of final call, 42 rupees, and hence it is to be separately shown. So, to equity shares final call account, 2000 into 42, 2 rupees of final call and 40 rupees of premium is not received for final call. And hence the shares have been forfeited of Mr. Vishal. So 20,000 plus 80,000, 1 lakh. 16,000 plus 84,000 is again 1 lakh rupees. Yes? Next, if we are talking about reissue of shares, yes, we are done with the forfeiture of shares. Journal entry number 7. Let me quickly repeat this. 2000 shares have been forfeited. A share is of rupees 10, on which 40 rupees premium is not received with final call, and also 2 rupees of final call is not received. Hence the shares have been forfeited. So firstly, equity share capital account debit 2000 into 10. Then 40 rupees premium that is not received is to be separately debited. To share forfeiture account, obviously the amount that is received from shareholder. Further, the amount that is not received from shareholder with premium. Yes, so the shares of Mr. Vishal have been forfeited. Now the shares of Vishal have been reissued at rupees 80 per share. The face value of share is rupees 10 and the share is reissued for rupees 80. That simply means that 70 rupees is of premium. When the shares are reissued at a price higher than its face value, then it is said to be the reissue of shares at premium. Yes? So 10 rupees is the face value, 70 rupees is premium. I repeat, you have to compare this value with face value. The price of reissue is always compared with the face value of the share and not with premium. Yes, like you have it in this question that the share is of 10 and 150 per share is premium. So you cannot compare this with 160 rupees. No, you have to compare it with 10 rupees only. Yes, so 70 is premium, 10 is the face value of share. So bank account debit 2000 into 80, making it 1,60,000. of which 10 rupees is of share capital, 10 rupees is of share capital for 2000 shares and 70 rupees is of premium again on 2000 shares that have been reissued. Alright, then the last journal entry for transfer of share forfeiture account, the balance of share forfeiture account to capital reserve account. Yes, this is the journal entry. Share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. The amount credited is 16,000 and here the discount is not given anywhere. So the entire amount received from the previous shareholder, that is Vishal, is to be transferred to capital reserve account because from this the discount is not given at this stage. Instead, the shares have been reissued at premium. So the entire 16,000 rupees is to be transferred to capital reserve account. So this completes your sum. We complete writing journal entries and of course the total of debit and credit is always same. And you are supposed to prepare securities premium account at the end as per the instructions in given question. So this is simply the preparation of ledger account and that you know very well. So I'm not going in detail with this. You will prepare this on your own. You obviously know this, that the journal entries consisting of securities premium account in it are all to be posted in this account. It's just that simple. So let us see what is your homework for today. Illustration 12, which is given on page number 36 that we have understood in this lecture. And a sum of similar kind which is given on page number 61 in your exercise. Yes. In your textbook, in exercise, sum number 15 is given, which is of this type. Yes? So that's all for today. We'll see you all soon in the next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and of course, study well.